everyone, it's Mrs. Piro. Today we're going to draw a Siberian Husky dog, and we're going to need something black to draw with and some coloring things. I've used a little bit of colored pencil and a little bit of crayon in my picture, but if you only have crayon, you could do the whole thing with crayon. If you only have colored pencil, you could just use colored pencil. Either one is fine. Okay, I'm going to move my things off to the side here so we can get started. Okay, so we're just drawing one dog in the middle of our paper here. And so when you look at this picture here, if I go to the middle and down, this is where my dog's back is. My nose is about 3 fingers from the side of the picture, and the overall dog is about the size of my hand, lengthwise. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna move him off to the side here, him or her, and we're gonna kind of go up to the corner here, come down, and put these 3 fingers here. And I like to start with my dog's eye. So we're gonna go ahead and think, where would the eye be? Let's see, I've got, it's actually about 4 fingers here. If your hand is a little bit smaller, it might be just a tiny bit further in. I need a bit of room above for the top of the head and the ears. And then I need most of my room below. Okay, so I'm going to do the eye right here, and we're gonna draw just a little circle. We're not gonna actually fill this in because this dog has a little blue in its eye, and I just thought maybe we could do that little dot of blue, even though in the real version, in the real dog, it's probably ringing the black dot, but we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do a little eye mark above the eye here, and then we're going to do this forehead area here. So we'll just draw a line coming down, and then the slanted snout, I'm gonna angle it down a bit and bring it around, and we're gonna have him with his mouth slightly open because I like to put the tongue hanging out. So Siberian Huskies, sometimes they'll have their little cute little tongue hanging out there, so we're gonna do that on ours. And a little round nose. We're gonna go back up here and think about these 2 ears. So a triangle, maybe a little curve at the bottom, and then this one we're just seeing kind of poking out forward a little bit behind the other ear. Okay, we're gonna leave a little white space in the middle of the ear. So put the little white there, and maybe on this one we'll just show it on the front of the ear. Later on, I'll show you how to do the markings, but we're gonna leave the dog completely white for a bit. Okay, now coming under here, we're gonna do the bottom of his jaw and his lip and come in a bit. And then we're going to be coming down his head. He's got very fluffy fur, so we're gonna go up behind the ear here and add some fluffy fur, come down a ways. And then under the chin, we'll swoop out forward, and then a few of these down, and then it's got a curve around. So I'm looking here, right about where, straight down below, then we swoop in a little bit. So I'm looking here, I'm gonna finger draw for a minute so that I know where I'm going. I'm gonna go about there, and just draw that thick, beautiful, fluffy fur. Keeps our dog warm in the winter, in the cold, cold temperatures he lives in. Okay, now we're going to swoop out and do the back. And next we're going to do the dog's legs. So right here, about here, I'm gonna come up past this little zigzag that I made here. If you didn't zigzag all the way down there, then just kind of line it up with the ear. This first leg. I need to leave some room down here for the paw, so I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom of the paper. And I'm going to go back and draw the fur on the back of this leg. Now I've got a little bit of a line there that I probably didn't like, so I'm just going to leave that there, and it will get covered up by fur color and texture in a little bit. So we're going to kind of go up and down here a bit, and then we're gonna go forward and around and back and make a paw. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and draw a second paw in behind it. We'll finish this line here. Come down and draw a second paw. Put a little line or two here for his toes. Okay, now notice that the dog's belly, his chest, his ribs and stuff is down here, and then his tummy gets a little bit slimmer up and it kind of curves up. So we're gonna go up like that, okay? And then he has a round part here, the haunches. This is where his power comes from. So we wanna make sure that we give him nice round hindquarters here. We're gonna do this line for the strong legs. And then, of course, our dog's back legs and front legs, the paws are a little bit different. He's got this bend in his foot right here, but I want my feet to end up in the same spot. So I'm going to give myself a little target here. This is where my leg and my feet are going to end up so that they match up horizontally at the bottom of the paper. Okay, so I'm gonna come down here, give myself a little fur, make an adjustment. I brought that line in too far, no big deal. We'll just leave it like that. Then we're gonna do a bend in the back foot. Bring this one over, down, and this is gonna end up a little bit lower because I miscalculated just a little bit, and that's okay. And a couple toes. Okay, as long as that shape is in there, it's fine. Down. Maybe the dog show experts wouldn't like it, but it's okay for our drawing. Okay, now we're gonna start the tail. We're gonna do two little lines where the tail connects to the body. This tail curves forward, and then on the back side, we're gonna make it fluffy and attach. All right, it's looking good so far. At this point, I think I want to add just a little personality. I'm going to give him a little mark right there. That's cool. All right, now the Siberian Husky has this beautiful dark gray, almost a blackish and white combination. And we need to draw a little bit of color up and around his eyes, and we're going to do this pattern. So it's going to go up and around the eye, and then go one more time, 2, down to the leg, 1, 2, and then back up the back of the dog. Okay, so we're gonna come down on the nose, up and around. One more. This one's gonna come down the leg here, back up. And these don't have to be perfect. We're just gonna kind of create that patterning that you typically see on a Husky. And on the tail, so we wanna draw that in. Okay, so at this point, we're gonna use a colored pencil, and you want to create short stroke pattern on here. Now I watched another video, another great instructor that does the Art for Kids Hub, and he showed this drawing technique very well. And we're just doing little short lines, and we want these lines to leave a little white space underneath showing, so that you can see the texture. Okay, so we want to make sure that we have short lines and not long lines, because this dog has consistent fur length, and we don't want it to be too long. We don't want it to look like hair or something like that. Okay, so the fur is going to go in rows, either short little lines side by side, or even just a little up and down zigzag. That will work, and we'll go back in and we'll smooth them out a little bit later, but we're going to take our time. You're probably going to want to pause the video and work on this. I'm going to quit talking in color, and I will speed up the video, so you're going to need to take time to do this as well. All right, I've got the main parts of the dog done. And by using the black colored pencil, but leaving some white space and coloring in rows, it gives it that beautiful fur texture. We can also do some shading along the dog's legs. So anywhere we have a little bit of white fur ending, we're gonna give it just a tiny bit of gray shading with our black colored pencil. And then we're also going to put some pink on the tongue and put some pink, if you want to, you can put pink in the ears. You could put a little bit of blue around the eye because Siberian Husky has that bluish eye, that bright, beautiful blue eyes. And just continue to work on your own and color the background. So in my background, I chose to put a beautiful color pattern as if it was sunset or a sunrise view. And then right here, I just drew a line below the dog showing where the snowy part would have started, and I left this mostly white, just a little bit of blue and gray in there to show some texture. So at this point, I'm just going to finish coloring. Grab your colored pencils, your markers, your crayons, and put some color on your picture. And I hope you enjoy. And don't forget to sign it. And if you want, you can put the year because it's always fun to see. We're in 2021 now. Okay, if you like the picture, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, you can subscribe. Bye-bye.